Hi everybody, it's the Abstractionist. So this is gonna be hopefully like a quick video or whatever. So essentially I went back to Barnes & Noble and I bought another book. Two books. One I'll explain because it's going to be something that I'm going to venture into once I get my spiritual businesses together, more or less, because it's like a series of channels that I want to create. They just don't fit. I've been mentioning this on my community tab for a minute and it looks so dark. This looks so dark. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, I've been mentioning this on my community tab that I want to read a lot more in person, but I also want to read more on, I was gonna say on Instagram, hell no, on YouTube. But I just kind of feel like the topics don't go on this channel anymore. Like I can do readings on here, but I kind of just feel like most people, I feel like the most engagement really comes from me doing spiritual topics and me doing like hauls, book reviews, stuff like that. So I want to kind of move that into its own space because I actually like not having readings on here. And anybody who wants to know how I read, they could just like look at older things on my page. But I kind of like the idea of like, I don't know, like not having readings on here. So I've kind of effectively made that decision. There are some different channels that I'm leaning to. I want to do relationships because I love love. I don't date, I don't do anything like that, but I love love. But I also know that I've had a hard time, and that's like my topic when it comes to like one of my like wounds. So I will want to do that, and you guys are under no obligation to follow any of this other stuff. It's just I'm letting you guys know in the future I've kind of really made that decision. I'm going to go forward with it. So there's that. The other one will be like readings, like the planetary readings. I do not want to do zodiac. I'm so sorry. I just don't. I'm just not interested. The other one will be one that's based on someone who I used to watch, James Feeney. He's no longer on YouTube like that. He probably is on like watching shit, but like not actively like uploading, right? So it's based on one of his videos and it's basically essentially I want to do like tarot with literature, movies, stuff like that. So I'm going to build that out eventually. How it's going to work in my mind right now, it's just going to be like a series, 1, 2, 3, whatever, kind of like a TV show. Who inspired that is Tiffany Ferg. If you guys watch, she does like social commentaries. She kind of like, when she was talking about burnout, because a lot of YouTubers do burnout, she kind of mentioned the idea of like YouTube seasons, which would make like a lot of sense. That if you kind of do a season of work, then it kind of builds anticipation, it does blah blah blah. And it gives you a good block to like upload, and you don't have to worry about uploading again for like a minute. You can just like preset everything, and that's something that I'm getting into. So I will be doing that. I do it also is helping me to be a little bit more mundane, because even though it's going to be like like reading tarot, I'm going to be reading more, watching movies more, essentially having like an actual life more. That's like rude as shit, but like actually having a life where I can like talk about mundane things. Because if you ask me about TV shows or like books, I don't read a lot of books anymore, and I don't watch TV like that anymore. I don't even watch movies like that anymore. So it's kind of like my world is very insular and kind of small as a result. And so it pushes me to actually pick up a book and read. It may not be the longest book ever if I'm trying to do a tarot reading. Like, sorry, I only have a phone right now that I'm recording on. I need to invest in like an actual camera, but then I need to actually then invest in a laptop that's gonna have the capacity to hold all this too. Double whammy. But yeah, I'm really interested in it, and so that's what I want to do, because I really am interested in like reading books and then like doing tarot analysis of like the characters or the situation, the plot points, or something like that. He did it with like a few books that he was reading, and then he did it with like poetry, and I really like that, like stanza by stanza. So thank you, like if you ever like watch this video. I really like it, but I will be going forward with that because one of the movies that I watched, Perfect Blue, which will probably be one of the movies that I like do this tarot thing on, was really interesting to me, and I feel like that would be a really interesting like tarot like topic. I don't know, like I just feel like it'd be really interesting, so I'm gonna go forward with that in the future. So yeah, look out for that in the coming months. It may come like in this fall, that way like I've read enough, I've like invested in the equipment I need, etc., and I'm a little bit more stable. But yeah, so there's that. And so basically I bought poetry, which is, this is also going to be mentioned on my womb channel. I run 2 channels, a little less frequently on both these days, but I will be using this one. It's like, yeah, Fragments of Sappho, If Not Winter, with Anne Carson doing like the translations, I think. So she lived on the island of Lesbos from around about 630 BC, essentially, they're saying. She was a musical genius who devoted her life to composing and performing songs. Of the 9 books of lyrics Sappho is said to have composed, none of the music is extant, and only 1 poem has survived complete. All of the rest are fragments, and If Not Winter, Carson presents all of Sappho's fragments in Greek and in English. Brackets and space give the reader a sense of what is absent as well as what is present on the papyrus. Carson's translation illuminates Sappho's reflections on love, desire, marriage, exile, cushions, bees, old age, shame, time, chickpeas, and many other aspects of the human situation. So there was another book with this poet, writer, creator, but it was a different translator. But I really liked the idea of the brackets when I opened it up versus the other book. I felt like reading poetry, that's the Greek, and then she translates, or they translate it to English. I really enjoyed the bracket. Like for some reason the brackets like did it for me with this, and like I don't know, like I just kind of feel like, yeah, I feel like I feel like it just did it for me. I don't know, it just did it for me. Yeah, it just did it for me. And so I bought it. Oh my god, I bought this. So this is one of the books that will be used as an example. It's so funny that like this is just, it could be seen as an extreme waste of paper. I'm not gonna lie. Cause like most of them are fragments. Most of them are like this and you know. But I really like it. I like the concept, and I decided to do a series of artwork based on this. I'm gonna try and do like paper mache, and like I have a few ideas around this. I will be doing, I guess, like another video on me becoming more of a plant mom. I was gonna only do that for the womb channel, but I'll do it for this one as well, because there's 2 kind of sides to the story, or 2 like different aspects of the story. One is very womb related, and I will explain that on my other channel, which is womb related stuff, and then the other one is more spiritual. That would be more on this side. Womb stuff is more spiritual, but like if you don't have a womb, you probably aren't interested in it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and even if you do have a womb, you may not be interested in that aspect of why I chose to be more of a plant mom and kind of go into that. It would be really dependent on you and how you feel about that. Now, to the star of the show, which is not really the star of the show. The other stuff was the star, really, to be honest, at this point. I bought another book, another one of the books. So, the Barnes & Noble I went to did not have the tarot one in the series. So I ordered it to come, and it should be arriving around my birthday. So I decided to pick this one up. There is another one, which is witchcraft, but someone who isn't a witch, like, I want to get that just to complete the collection, but I've kind of changed my desire to be labeled as a witch. I just say I'm an animist at large. So I may not get that one. But this one is essentially the same size as the astrology one. And the reason I got it is because I'm getting more into plants, but it talks about symbolisms and stuff like that. The same kind of things you would think. So roots of connection, plants and people, seeds are sown, sacred symbolism in nature, germination and growth, plants and healing and ceremony, the blossom opens, plants in higher states, pollinating consciousness, plants and culture. And that's basically it. So it doesn't necessarily go into different plants, which would be very interesting, I think, to know about that. But kind of, it's a lot of artwork. And then it'll talk about the rites of passage. Now, this one, I can't say will stay in my collection forever. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like the tarot and the astrology ones will probably be more my speed. But I did want to explore this as far as the history of it. Now, hopefully you understand that this is more of a Western lens. It does have things related to like Latin America. It does have a little bit of India in here, Asia at large. Doesn't look like it's too much of Africa. Doesn't look like too much of like where it would be like Australia, New Zealand, anything like that. Samoa, Polynesia. Polynesia would be like Polynesian, Pacific Islander, things like that. It doesn't seem like that is really in here. So if you're not on this lane, then hey, it's the same thing with the tarot one, probably, and the astrology. Definitely astrology didn't do anything like about, other systems. So it's more of a Western type thing. But if you're interested, pick it up. Because, I have no, reservations. Like, I'm reading tarot. Like, I can't have too many reservations about it being, like, a Western system when it's a Western system. Like, I don't know, like tarot. Like, astrology is up for debate because that is pretty much across the globe. There's always some system, some archetypal system, some, like, astrological or plant astronomical. I don't fucking know. Oh, look, we learning about it. Look at that. Talking about Okay. I think I was reading it. Another thing I'm getting into is like the families. I will do a video on my plants or whatever. But yeah, I got orchids, and you know who you are if you watch this, and we talked about orchids and how they're aliens. There's a story that goes on my womb channel about this. But yeah, like, I got them. I bought marigolds, so I'm gonna grow those. I want to start dyeing fabric, but I want to grow plants also. So I want to grow, I have a lot of things I want to grow to, like, either use for oils, balms, salves, for my massage business, and then for like fashion textile projects that I want to do as well. Like, I'm kind of coming into my, like, artist wave. Someone congratulated me on my, like, Saturn return of birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think it's Mariana. Marie. Let's see. Hold on. It's like right here. I can go to my comments. Definitely wrong. Mary Madeline. Thank you so much. Thank you for wishing me an early birthday. Like, I appreciate it, because, like, no one, like, yeah, it's not a big, I don't make it a big deal, like, any year that I turn anything. I actually work on my birthday. Like every year I've worked on my birthday for like a really long time, and this is the first time in like I know like quite a few years, probably like 4 or 5 years, that I am not going to be working on my birthday. I've actually taken off not only my birthday but the day before. So yeah, that's cool. So these are the two things. This is a future project. This is also a future project, but definitely more tangible and real in terms of I've kind of set the stage for this already. But yeah, I am excited for my tarot one also, because I'm in there. I gotta clean my room. I have a lot of stuff now I gotta figure out. All right, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Take care. Watch out for these like planetary readings. Every time I say I'm gonna do it, it just feels rushed. So hopefully I can get a lot of them done before my birthday, which is literally like the beginning of summer. We'll see. Bye.